After touching for the first time a bunch of raw sea moss, a vision was birthed within Dr. Ashley John to help scale up sea moss cultivation and processing, aquaculture, in the Caribbean. This process began in the island of Grenada, and Dr. John has sustainably been training and developing other sea moss farmers and value-added product producers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, namely Union Island, Maria, Canoan and Bequia, to improve their operations. Responsible sea moss farming, aquaculture, has been identified by the FAO as a wholesome food product which can be sustainably farmed in warm sea waters across the Caribbean, owned by the relevant farmers and stakeholders for food and revenue generation. Join us as we take you on the journey with us, from 2019 to 2022, and explore the outcomes we have been able to achieve. From June of 2019, Dr. John collaborated with the Labi Alternative Livelihoods Organization Incorporated, LABLO, in St. Andrews, Grenada, where he was trained in the technical aspects of sea moss farming. Dr. John said he had the opportunity to learn various techniques of sea moss farming, from the design and setting up and maintenance of a plot in the sea. We also had to learn how to harvest, dry, correctly store and package dry sea moss for the market. Technical training was conducted by Mr. Willan Andrews, the Chief Executive Officer of LABLO, and his competent team. In exchange, Dr. Ashley John, an experienced social entrepreneur, consulted on methods to scale up the operations of LABLO after having a 3-month hands-on experience with the community-based social enterprise. We had several risk factors we had to overcome, including strong water currents, which would break some of the sea moss from the plots, sargassum seaweed, invading the plots, petty theft and other environmental challenges. We had been well taught how to put the contingency plans in place to get past these obstacles, and they proved very effective. However, we are continuously sharing our technical expertise to upscale this potentially lucrative Blue Enterprise initiative, which certainly helps citizens to put in place climate change adaptation strategies, while earning an income and improving the quality of life for citizens and improve coastal ecosystems for marine life.
I'm very encouraged by this project and what Grenada is doing in terms of the citizens, focusing on their local product.
After the successes achieved in Grenada, next it was time to turn all attention to neighboring Grenadines Island of Union. Dr. Ashley John, a returning Vincentian national, decided to accept the invitation to also help to revive and upscale sea moss farming on Union through the Ashton Multipurpose Cooperative Society Limited, AMCO. On arrival, he immediately went into action, firstly securing the remaining plants, which were in dire need of care, and then to start the scale-up process. Capacity building training was also done with members of this cooperative, and then it was extended to other non-members within the community. Within 3 months, we were able to plant 10 new sea moss plots using a new method, and this proved to be very effective as their production drastically increased. Farming sea moss is very labor-intensive work, and the majority of it is manual and use of solar energy necessary to reap a good quality product at the end of the 8 to 12-week growing period. This scale-up process continued on Union Island for the entire year of 2020 but ended prematurely due to several challenges the project and Dr. John faced by several residents who felt insecure and instead of collaborating decided to attack and vandalize the experimental farms and new contract farming processes that were already achieving rapid success. During the time spent on Union Island, Dr. John also offered consultative in-kind services to Marrow Explorers Cooperative Limited, another sea moss farm on neighboring island of the Grenadines. John recommended for both cooperatives to construct a climate-smart facility which should be used for drying and processing of sea moss. This was a step to avoid issues from climate change, including risk of sea moss being wet by rain while in the drying stages, also any contaminants which might be in the air. Both organizations did take the appropriate actions and have in operation now 2 separate facilities for better drying of sea moss.
In October of 2020, Dr. Ashley John visited the Grenadine island of Bequia and conducted an introductory training session and experimental farm. This was part of the process for determining if the Bequia coastal waters were suitable for the growing of sea moss and to build the capacity of citizens who expressed an interest in learning how to be responsible sea moss contracted farmers.
The Grenadine Island has a centuries-old dependence on inter-island shipping and trading for generations. The island's enduring seafaring heritage is one of its most striking features. Virtually every Bequia family has some connection to the sea, either past or present, and today's fishermen, sailors, and boat builders are quietly proud to share their marine traditions with newcomers to the island. This combination made it a very high potential location for the development of sea moss farming. Many Bequia resident and visitors expressed their delight at seeing for the very first time in its history, commercial sea moss cultivated on lines suspended near the surface by floating ropes, plastic bottles, and buoys.
This process has been ongoing as we experienced a number of challenges with the adaptation of commercially grown sea moss, coastal conditions, weather adversaries including very strong tides and undercurrents, tampering with the experimental plots, and theft. Several times we had to replant the plots, train and introduce new citizens to the process, especially young people and children of Bequia who all were very interesting to be part of this developing community project, developing responsible sea moss contract farmers from a coastal community to the market. The Developing Responsible Sea Moss Contract Farmers from a Coastal Community to the Market project had 4 phases. 1. Building community awareness and capacity, meeting with stakeholders and interested citizens for discussion, collaboration, and training. 2. Innovative project design and management. We will design and implement a community sea moss farm by responsible farmers at approved locations where we would plant and maintain the farms with the best pre- and post-harvest practices. 3. Creation of and the promotion of value-added sea moss products. We would create value-added products and market to a variety of potential consumers. Develop and expand opportunities to earn a sustainable livelihood by building other market connections. For evaluation of results, sea moss farmers would receive revenue, and we would evaluate and seek innovative ways to continue and the program sustainably.
The development of responsible sea moss farmers from coastal community to marketplace project, which was conceptualized by Dr. John, has been a resounding success to date. Based on the project outputs, we see this has been for the most part a feasible opportunity for citizens to build their skills, earn much-needed revenue, especially foreign exchange, help in maintaining and managing better eco-friendly coastal environments across the Grenadines. Several citizens now manage their own farms and has supplied various market segments, namely wholesale and retail. This was generally unheard of throughout the Grenadines 3 years ago, as the farms were managed only by Myro Explorers and Ashton Multipurpose Cooperatives. Several businesses have been created across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. One such business, which was started after the commencement of the Bequia project, is Ocean Remedies, managed by Renita Olivier, one of our first trainees and beneficiary. We had the privilege to visit an exhibition coordinated by her during 2021, and we were quite impressed with the variety of products and other sea moss related items ready for sale. For sustainability to work, we must collaborate and create meaningful partnerships. To this end, Constructive Solutions Incorporated, led by Dr. Ashley John, a specialist in sustainable development projects management at the community level, was contracted by Sustainable Grenadines Incorporated to conduct a scale-up of sea moss farming and value-added products training and consultations for 18 participants across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This training was also conducted in partnership with Laverne King of King's Marketing, who trained participants in best marketing practices for their emerging sea moss businesses. Dr. John trained participants in the best practices of responsible sea moss farming and how to develop a sustainable model for these niche products that were newly being introduced into the Vincentian market space, as sea moss was mainly in the past used as an aphrodisiac. Beneficiaries who attended training sessions from Union Island, Myro, Canoan, Bequia, and mainland St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Both farmers and value-added sea moss products producers benefited from this training, which was funded by the GEF Small Grants Program. Additionally, Dr. John participated in a national study on the blue economy, opportunity for sea moss production in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, conducted by the Georgetown University. In their executive summary, they stated the findings of this study are intended to provide additional information to the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines in better understanding the current state of sea moss farming in the local community, the potential benefits and challenges associated with sea moss farming, as well as the economic gains and its contributions to the livelihoods of local communities in SVG.
C.S.INC once again sought to partner with us on their annual project for school children. This year they chose the Lower Bay School. We spent some time teaching them the technical aspects of sea moss farming and allowing them to participate in some practicals as part of their learning curve.
So let's begin. So anyone here ever heard about sea moss? Whew, everyone, all right. So what we are doing for Bequia and for you, saying that we have already entrepreneurs and divers and farmers here already. We want that when we decide to retire, that you will become the sea moss business owners and continue. That is what Why are we doing sea moss farming in Bequia? Yes, ma'am.
It's to keep us healthy and to have business.
Oh, come on. Come on. You ready, business lady? Healthy and to have. Give her a clap. Give her a clap. Yes, that is why we're doing it. Right, to earn a living from it, to employ people and keep healthy.
No, we didn't.
If you tie too tight, because there's a slippery knot, it will open back.
No, you're not going down.
We then returned to Canoein, where we trained a new team lead by Laverne King as she develops her new business entity. Grenadines Gold participants has both classroom and practical sessions on best practices for responsible sea moss farming and how to develop their ideas sustainably.
The development of responsible sea moss farmers from coastal community to marketplace project, which was conceptualized by Dr. John, has been a resounding success to date. Based on the project outputs, we see this has been for the most part a feasible opportunity for citizens to build their skills, earn much needed revenue, especially foreign exchange, help in maintaining and managing better eco-friendly coastal environments across the Grenadines.
The Fisheries Division and other stakeholders has been conducting a project to systemically and legislatively regulate sea moss farming across St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we do look forward to this well-needed process to be rolled out effectively and efficiently to the benefit of all. Dr. John participated on the Bequia consultation, which was well conducted by the Fisheries Division team. Additionally, was invited as a private sector representative by the Fisheries Division on the Caribbean Regional Fisheries Mechanism Working Group on Aquaculture webinar held in June 2022. The Chief Fisheries Officer in an email stated that his past discussions with the Fisheries Division on the development of the sea moss industry and SVG has proved vital in promoting an enabling environment for the state of aquaculture. Ashley John's vision to responsibly scale up the development of sea moss farming and value-added products production across St. Vincent and the Grenadines has been a successful project and implementation of a long-term vision. It is anticipated that each beneficiary will make wise use of the time, resources, expertise shared, connections built as we all seek to build better quality lives.